It's going to be about my grandpa, William Henry Malley, getting kicked in the head by a horse.
Mm-hmm.
And
you know how old he was?
He was
Early 20s.
early 20s, maybe 19.
Yeah, it'd have to be young. And he was. What actually happened is he was kicked in the head and put in a coma. How long was he in a coma?
10 days.
10 days in a coma. Holy cow!
And what happened was the horses were turned out to the pasture, and then they had to go get them to make them start doing some work again.
So this would have been like on a Monday morning.
Correct.
We don't know for sure, but it was something like that. Yeah.
Yes.
And there was a creek that went through it.
Mm-hmm.
And normally the horses, they would chase them, and the horses would go down in the creek, and then they'd come up. And so my father, William, he was on the other side of the creek. The other people were heading them, all the horses in. And instead of going down in the creek, one horse decided that he could just jump the creek. So he jumped the creek, and he landed on top of my father.
On his head.
Something landed on his head. Some hoof hit his head.
Yeah. And it would have horseshoes on
Yeah,
it.
It was
A
muddy.
workhorse.
It was right. It was probably muddy and
Not a little bitty horse.
Yeah, but if it had been hard ground, he would have been squashed like a grape.
He was out for 10 days. Well, Winnie,
That would be his mother.
She was going to the hospital every day, and sometimes spending the night in the hospital and everything. And he gained consciousness after 10 days. So the doctor went in, and he told Winifred, just step out, and I'm going to go in and check him. And after about 15...
They look in your eyes, and they tap you on the fingers, and they,
After about 15, 20 minutes, he came out, and Winnie asked him, how is he? Well, he says, I've got good news, and I've got bad news. He seems to be coming out of the coma, but he thinks that the president
has been here to see him.
And he missed him.
Has the president left yet? And Winnie says, it's not as bad as you think, because Bud, which is William, and a bunch of the neighbor boys were going to catch the riverboat in Burlington, and they were going to float down part way on the riverboat and come back. And I don't know whether back then...
The name of the riverboat was...
I don't remember it.
Yeah,
the president.
It was the president.
Oh, the president,
Yeah.
Yeah, and so has the president left yet? And Grandma says it's not as bad as you think. So he missed the boat. He didn't get to go to the boat.
Right, but he did not think the president had been there.
Right.
Okay, that'll be